Hello, well this is the third of our trilogy on remembrance. Remembrance is typically a time when we remember our history and try and learn from it. And in history, we tend to learn about notable events and notable people. But I wanted to think today about everybody's part in making history, each and every one of us. Because although we may not make it into the history books, unless we write one ourselves, we all play a part in shaping our own history and that of the families and communities of which we're part. I get asked from time to time to do a talk on our business and how it's developed over the 43 years. I often start with a photo of Mum and Dad on their wedding day. Here's my prop. Now, I explain quite often that under my dad's smile there's a grimace because he'd broken his leg the night before because he'd been thrown in the river in Mungrisdale by his climbing friends. And we often laugh at Mum's hat, which you can just about see here, which is kind of a cross between a swimming hat and a helmet. But I tell the story of Mum and Dad getting married, the M6 being built through their farm, how they made a bid to create a motorway service area at T-Bay, and how they won that race because none of the other oil companies were interested. It feels a bit like a favourite bedtime story, although I've never tried it on my children. But it is a story which, had circumstances been just a little different, might never have happened. Mum and Dad, along with the Burkitts, were the founders of the business, and as such they've shaped a bit of history. But as with any organisation or community, what has shaped Westmoreland as much as its founders is the many people that have been part of it over the years, each person joining at a particular point in its history, with a different role, and each being part of its evolution at that time. Each person bringing their own character and approach, their own skill and their own contribution. Imagine Westmoreland without Alan Atkinson, Georgina Parker or Julie P. Imagine its history without Michael Bolt, Meg Hancock or Wendy Ellis. Each community is the product of its people within it, and how it is shaped as a result of the endeavours of those people. When we're part of an evolution, we don't necessarily feel it evolving. We're generally just busy getting through our day, or at least I am. Our individual influences and our choices each day and throughout our lives change the world. Maybe just a small part of it, and perhaps not that much, but we do make a difference, at home, in our families and in our work. Everyone has an impact and makes a difference. No one has no impact. So throughout our lives we leave a trail that is our footprint on history. However small it may have been for each of us, it's worth making and worth making well. So, whilst we rightly remember the significant events of history and the significant people who've changed the world, so we should also remember that we each play our part in shaping history. So if today just feels like another day, we should remember that today's actions will become tomorrow's history, so we should try and make it a good one.